Okay, so in this podcast, we want to take a look at your discussion boards on the first part of Souls of Black Folk, which was the forethought, the chapter one, chapter three, and chapter six. So the assignment was to deal with this idea of double consciousness, like what is it, and what is, how do you understand it on an do you agree or disagree with it? What's your argument for or against it? And then to locate it in specific place in the text. Okay, so to select something in the text and place it there. Okay, and so we gave you some prompts to think about here and some places to look about, etc. Okay, so that's what we got here. So I'm looking at the first one here. So Souls of Black Folk. Just the basic thing here. This is, you got to capitalize it, right? And it should be italicized when you're referring to it, okay? So the reason I'm, pointing some of this stuff out, this is grammar stuff, which is not, you're never graded on this, but at the same time, when it comes, sometimes this stuff is coming across or came across in your midterms, and so it's one thing to write informally, right? And then, when you have to write formally, you get it right or you don't make the mistake, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So just a reminder, just make sure that you refer to it in the correct way, okay, and then replicate that when you're writing. Okay, so what do we got here? So I've made a few comments for each. So we have, uh, so the critique here, and this was a critique of most of the posts here. So it's description with little argument. Okay, so what we're getting here, or continuing to get here, and this was seen, um, when we're getting here is the reading of the text and then a description of what goes on the text, a reporting of what goes on the text. And we simply don't need that. Okay, we're here to discuss the ideas in the text and apply these ideas to critical thinking. So everyone reads the text. No one has to be reminded what's in the text. You want to use the text as the basis of your argument. So in this one, we have just a lot of description of going on. It's really only at the end where it says Du Bois's argument is still applicable in modern America due to the racism that is deeply rooted that we start to get, a type of argument. Okay, so that's at that point, really, this is where the discussion board begins. We need a lot more of this, right? And also in this one, there's just not a lot of the text. There's not a lot of citation. It's just talking about things in general.